Hey, we're here to talk about literacy night. Literacy in third grade reading focuses on teaching students how to think and talk about what they read in deeper and more detailed ways. Students read longer texts focusing on writing and talking about the meanings, lessons, and important ideas in texts. So we talk about the theme, we talk about main idea and details to support the main idea. Third graders are encouraged to develop their own points of views about books they read and to discuss their ideas about text or characters. As third graders explore a greater range of books and longer texts, they become more fluent readers and learn to read, define, and pronounce complex words. Building reading skills. All right, so reading multisyllabic words and grade appropriate, irregularly spelled words, reads grade level text with appropriate pace, accuracy, expression, and understanding. So, being able to read fluently in a way that you can read fluently is reading with expression, and an appropriate pace means not stopping whenever unless they see punctuation like periods and commas and exclamation points and question marks. Self-corrects mistakes and rereads when necessary. Talks about and answers questions about a text using specific examples from the text and connects different parts of a text. Reads a variety of texts, including fiction, nonfiction, fables, poetry, and understands and talks about their main ideas and lessons. Begins to understand the difference between literal and non literal texts, such as metaphors and analogies. Use the text and context to determine the meanings of words. So that means that they can use their background knowledge, what they know prior to the text, and also the text to use clues to determine meaning of words they don't know. Is able to express their own point of view about characters or a text, and making comparisons between books written by the same author and books and series that are about the same characters. Closed reading strategy and action. So, what is closed reading? It's a thoughtful, critical analysis of a text that focuses on significant details or patterns in order to develop a deep, precise understanding of the text form, craft, meanings, etc. Is a key requirement of the Common Core state standards and directs the reader's attention to the text itself. We also are teaching our kids to talk about the gist and do a think aloud gist in their head. They can also write it down if they would like, but who is in the story? Who are the main characters? What's happening? And, why is that happening? Close reading is a strategy that your student has been taught and should be using at school and any other time that they are completing a reading passage. The goal each time they practice is to score 80% or above on questions. Close reading strategy: read once without stopping. Second, read the questions and underline keywords. Reread the text, stop to determine the gist. So the gist is what, I just said a minute ago: who, what, and why, unfamiliar words, and underline proof. So going back and finding those answers in the text. Reread the questions and all answer choices, looking back into the text for proof. Also going back in the text and underlining that proof. Get serious about a series. Find a series that interests your child and to begin and read it together. You can read to your child can read to you, or they can read it independently. You can interview each other as you read, ask about main ideas, events, and thoughts you have about the books and characters. You can also talk about, lessons that can be learned from the book. I've noticed in class that the more the book interests the child, the more they're going to want to read it. So find a series that they want to read, something that they find interesting, and that way they will want to keep reading more books. Look it up. When your child encounters a word they don't know the meaning of, look up the meaning together. Use a grade appropriate tool like a dictionary or online resource. Use the word yourself or encourage your child to use the word in a sentence sometime during the day. Writing. Third graders continue to practice writing the pieces they learned to do in second grade, but now they have to write longer ones, which does require more detail. More time is spent on planning, revising, and editing text in third grade. As a result, your child learns the writing process authors go through. Students may spend a long period of time working on one piece. So, right now in class, we've been working on a personal narrative, and they have been spending a while on working on these narrative writing pieces so they can become fluent writing a narrative writing piece for third grade. So we will get to opinion pieces where students introduce their opinion, note the reasons for the opinion, and to provide a conclusion. Like I said, right now we're working on narrative, writing about an event using descriptive details, feelings in proper order, and providing a conclusion. And then we will do informative. Students will introduce a topic and use facts, definitions, and illustrations to further explain the topic, eventually leading to a conclusion. Read to achieve reminder. At the end of third grade, your child will take the end of grade test in reading and math. The Read to Achieve legislation requires the third graders who are not reading at a proficient level on the EOG reading test and have not earned a good cause exemption be given extra attention. All right, if you have any questions, please contact your child's teacher. Thank you so much.